Hi everyone, welcome to 150 hours of chess. Today is day 37. Um, Today will still be the same. Puzzles and then a few games. Still gonna play London System as wide and gonna play what is it called? Um, Scandinavian as black. And my ELO has raised up to 640-ish. It haven't been stable there. Um, it have been fluctuated for the last 2 weeks around 570 to 640. Um, oh no, actually, 600. Yeah, and I'm actually halfway through 150 hours now. I did a calculation on Friday after the chat streaming so that I've already done 76 hours. And I am hoping by the end of this journey, this program, that I could reach up to something like 1200. So, wish me good luck. Rock push. Maybe attacking this pass pawn. Um, two knight here, a queen here, controlling these side. No. They also have two pawns here, and a rock here. A knight is currently under attack, and I have two rocks here, a queen here. One thing I can see is queen goes there. Um, that would check the king. King would have to move. And then what? So after queen there, king move. If queen take it, they can directly take me back. If queen go anywhere, there, rock could take. I can't do anything about this. I can use my rock to take it here, but after they take. Ooh, after they take, queen could go there and checkmate. Okay. King move. I can see I am lining up here and there is nothing else. I have a pawn there and then a few pawn here and pawn here. They could take it. They have a queen here, controlling these diagonal. They could. I would have to be aware of queen drop to back rank, give me back rank checkmate. Their rock here is controlling the last rank, so Yes. I guess I can do this. That would still be a check. And they would have to move back, I believe. And then what can I do? Oh, and then I could drop back to last rank after rock take. My rock take. That would be back rank checkmate. Pawn push, attack my knight. But after they take my knight, I take their knight. Rock take my rock. Come with a check. And then I don't have anything could immediately drop back. So that would be, I move my king, they can take my queen. So not ideal. Well, like nothing is, well, not many things are developed. They're developed. Light square bishop is a bit blocked. Dark square bishop control quite a few plays. Knight's here controlling here. My knight is also attacked by the queen. I have a knight here. I have a dark square bishop here. Two rock here. Queen control open file. King is a bit exposed. Wow. I feel like there is something I can do with the knight. I mean, here could fork the queen and the rock. Force king to take it. I don't have a light square bishop to attack the king. However, I guess queen go there, attack the king. King only have very few places to go. And with the dark square, my dark square bishop could come in play. Or I don't even need to move my knight to do that move. And in that case, my knight's even controlling more space. Hey, how are you doing? Okay, queen took something. Queen took a pawn, challenged my queen. There's nothing protecting that queen. Interesting. The bishop here controlling these diagonal, attack my knight. I can protect my knight, but it seems like they have 3 attacker and I only have 2 defenders so far. They have a rock controlled open file, could drop to the last file to give me a check. Also, after they take my knight here with the bishop, that the bishop will controlling here as well. So that would be sort of like a back rank checkmate. A rock here, if bishop move, then that would directly attack my rock here. I have a knight here, a rock here protecting the knight, queen here controlling these diagonal, and a rock here control open file. Yeah, I don't understand that this queen is hanging. So if I take the queen there, what can they do? I mean, if they take the knight there, or even they use the rock to take directly challenge my queen, I take with rock, and then they bishop take with a check, I would have to take it back. And then they could take my rock. So no, not ideal. But after they take my knight there, maybe I can even drop to give them a checkmate. Because then rock won't control this open file anymore. Okay, they come with a bishop with a check. So definitely rock take. No, okay. King move? Like, I can't take it. I have to do something with the king. Like, if I drop it there, then they can just take. If I take it with my queen, that's fine. But if I drop it, instead they ignore it, they drop it here, I would either have to move my king or use the rock to take. But after I take it there, they can use this rock to take it here, and that place is not controlled by my queen. Okay, well, with that case, I wonder if I just have to move my king. Okay, this is like endgame, and I have 4 pawn, they have 4 pawn. They're 2 pawn controlling these 3 space. I feel like their next move might be this, but if I take, they take, I take, that's still fine. If I push this pawn in this move, king could move. And then I will have to do something else as well. But my king might not control that square. So if I push it here, and then king move, then I will have to do a move as well. I guess I can just push this pawn. And then, I mean, they can push it here again. That's actually being more awkward for me. But if I push it here, they can just take, and then they have to pass pawn here, and it's harder for me to get rid of them. Well, for this two, I definitely will have to wait them, keep my king and pawn here. So I might just have to. Did they suggest I have to move my king? I don't understand. Why is that? Yes, I can imagine with this move. Like I wouldn't be able to move the pawn here. Move the pawn here, they could directly take and create a pass pawn. So if I move this pawn, then I can't do this. I would have to push it here. And then they can use king to block. I can't push this because that would just create pass pawn. If white king goes to e3, okay, if I don't do d4, they go to e3. I could just push the pawn to attack. And then after this happened, that they can just take the pawn there, and then they will be closer to the side compared to me. Then king d3. I mean, now I can see it sort of makes sense. Yeah. Oh, I should keep going. Okay, I didn't realize that was still going. Okay, with this move here, what can I do? I guess go there, try to take their pawn. They develop the bishop, attack the knight there, and also challenging my bishop as well. Two rock here and developed, but now it's open for them. Queen here, control the side node. I have to be aware of the back rank checkmate. They also have a bishop here hanging, controlling the side node, so queen could go here. I have a bishop here, controlling these diagonal, a knight here, and a queen here, a rock undeveloped. I can see if my queen go there, then first it would attack the bishop there, and then but it won't. I have to make queen go there to checkmate, protected by my knight. But that would pin the bishop to the queen. But I guess if they take the hanging bishop there, then my queen take their queen. They can just use the pawn to take, and I will lose a bishop. during the process. Uh, I mean, I guess I can use the knight to take the pawn here, give king a check. They're likely to use, well, if they don't use a king to check, then, like, let's say if they move, I could include my queen into the game to check, but how? Like knight take here would definitely be a solution. Give king a check. If they take, it'll be easy, very easy for me that I can check the king. And then take the bishop, and then use my queen to take the bishop. But if I take it here, they could directly include the queen around here. Is there anything else I can do? Knight go here, protect the bishop. Ah, but queen is protecting it. But if the knight take and then king move, what can I do? I don't see any immediate move. I guess. Yeah, that's a problem with the knight move. What if bishop take, queen included in the game? Then they can take my knight for free because my queen can't take it back because they are controlling there. That's not ideal. How about include the rook into the game? But that doesn't create much tension that they need to solve. They can still take my bishop for free. Ugh. Let me try this. Okay, so that is the situation. Oh, wait. I realized queen could go there, check the king, and then win the bishop. Or maybe there is something else I can do. Okay, now they move there. I mean, I can take the pawn there, give them another check, and then they will have to move back. And then I guess I can take the bishop there. Queen when they are challenging my queen. Bishop protecting the queen, two rook connected, but not very developed. Two pawn here, they are pass pawn. I have a queen here under attack, but nothing is actually protecting the queen. Rock here, attacking here, knight here, controlling the center, rock here in the center. If I take, they take, that's just an equal exchange. But if I go there, if my queen go there, knight is protected by the pawn. They can't take me because pawn is pinned to the king. That would make me one step away from checkmate. They might do something to protect that pawn. I mean, they could push it up. Let's say I go there and then they push the pawn up to block the rock and my queen's connection. Then what can I do? Maybe include the knight into the game. And then so that queen could go there. That would still be a checkmate. So yeah, I think that would be the case. Well, if they block it this way, I feel like taking the queen would definitely be smart. After bishop take, I could directly jump my knight. Yeah, I definitely feel like I am building more and more a sense of what I could do. Like in the last game, that I mean, if they move the king, I like it's only because they take it with the pawn, they want to win the piece. That's why I'm in a better position. But if they move the king, that would make me more awkward. But I don't know why, I just sense that I should move the knight. So as it here, that with that move, after they try to challenge my queen, I just feel like I could use my queen to threat. And then I realize it's actually pinned, so I don't have to worry about I'm gonna blunder my queen. So that's definitely helping with the puzzles I've been doing. Bishop back. I feel like it might be after knight move, there will be 2 discovered attack. They also have another knight controlling the center, bishop ducks through bishop undeveloped, rock here controlled open file. I have a bishop here, knight here, and the knight attacking this knight. There's a knight controlling the center, 2 rock here at the back, but not connected. They did this move. I think it's because they want to include the knight here. This knight is unprotected. So, what can I do? I mean, if I take it here, they will surely take it with the bishop. That would just be a trade, but if I don't move my bishop. This doesn't do anything. How about this? If I move my knight there, I mean, if they take the pawn, threaten to take my bishop, I can take their bishop. So if I take here, and then let's say knight jump back, that would still be blocked. So knight could move. Okay, for this one, I don't have much sense of what I should do. I can see here is a move that my opponent could do, take the pawn, and then threaten to take the bishop. I can take it there, but for this position, they have 3 protector. For this position, they only have 2 protector. So no matter what, it would just be an equal trade. If they take it here, that could be an equal trade, or like they use the rock to take. If I take it here, with that move, it's just open fire for them. If I take it there, king could just take. And then I will need to think about a way to win back a material. I can give them a check, so that would they can just use the bishop to block. Knight could go there, but their knight could just take. Yeah, I feel like for this one, I would need some hint. Okay, they suggest the bishop move. Just gonna run to the bathroom, we'll be back. Okay, bishop move. Feel like the one that I see it make most sense would probably be bishop take the knight there. Does it actually make more sense? I feel like all the other moves are too passive. See, this is the part that I don't understand. Yes, that is a like technically equal trade, but it opened the file for my opponent to control more space, like rock there. And now my knight is under attack. And if I do this, now the bishop is not blocked anymore. They could just develop it. But going anywhere else, what trick? I mean, here could fork, but they could also just use the pawn to take. Take it here. I mean, king could easily take. And then I take the knight. That doesn't make sense. And after this move, it's not easy for me to include my knight to attack the king. Yeah, what is the trick that you're mentioning? Ah, okay. I can see this spot. I can fork king and rock. I mean, knight could come back and go there, but because it is protected by the pawn, so there is not much thing I can do other than king castle first and then move the rock there. And then pawn will be pinned. But then if I do the castling first, they could have taken my knight. Or knight could take the pawn here and threaten to take my bishop. So I would have to respond to that. I mean, maybe I can do pawn push. If they take me, I'll take them. But then pawn could directly come in. This is so difficult. Why? I don't understand. I'm gonna keep asking for head now. Okay, they suggest knight move. From all the places I can see, I would think knight take bishop, making more sense. So now the knight is pinned to the king. Well, I guess I can push the pawn, attack the knight. Even if king move, or like this, then I can still take the king, take the knight for free. So pawn fork. All of this works because of d5, and first move basically remove a defender of d7. Remove the defender for d7. So that move, even though thinking one step ahead is an equal trade, giving them space to develop on their king side, but that reduce the complicity on the queen side. And that's why I'm able to win a piece. I think I win a piece. So this is equal trade. This is equal trade. And then I win a knight during the game. Really? Do you really think that winning a piece, like if I can see this far, winning a piece is better than giving my opponent a slightly better position? Because I always can't weigh these two things. Like the most classic one would be like the pawn here, because sometimes their queen would come out to take the pawn, and like it seems like in that situation losing a pawn to have a rock controlled open file seems like better. But I guess this is a case to case problem. Like sometimes it's worth it, sometimes it's not. But yeah, but thank you for the suggestion here, because yeah, I definitely see that. I would struggle to understand it, because in my opinion, I would think maybe this is worse, seeing that I can only see one step ahead, and especially, oh, on top of it, I don't understand why king is forced to take the knight. Like, what if the king is not forced? Like, what if the king don't take the knight? Let's say, because after this move, they take, I take, that they just, king just don't take. King just move the bishop. Let's say they develop the bishop to here, control this file, control this diagonal. And that's completely fine, isn't it? Like, now it's just a equal trade. Do I actually lost a piece? Trade. Ah, yes, they do lose the piece if they don't take back. Okay, I guess in this case, no matter king take or not, that they would lose a piece in between. Yeah, I feel like not to take it's better. Because that also allow I have two time to develop some piece. Well, not me, like my opponent. Okay, now it's time to play some game. It seems like I'll be white this time. So plate Linden system. Okay, this is not the most common move, I guess. Um, let's open up this choice. So I'll push the pawn here. This pawn push, I guess that might be also open up for the bishop. I guess I can react to that when it happened. Okay, rather than directly challenge me, they choose. Ah, that would just blunder. Okay, fine. Never mind. Will they do that? I am not 100% sure, but I would like to put my other bishop through the good square. They castled. Knight out. And then I could castle as well. Or I can bring my knight out or push this pawn up, depend. On what my opponent gonna do. So currently it's still early stage of the whole game, and it's still during the building of the opening. I received a comment saying that just trying to do all the develop and just don't escape too much before attacking. This pawn push could be this pawn push attack, could be the open up space for bishop. So I would see it as this. So I'll push the pawn to support the center pawn first. And if they push it here, I will have to think, do I want to take or not? So let's say if they do push here. Okay, they didn't. They attack my knight. Well, if they do take it, I'll just take it with the queen and then attack the rock here. So I'm not too worried. I guess castle first. But what if they push it here? Should I take or should I not take? If I take, they could take it here, and they have a pawn line here. And then they could bring the rock in this open file. But if I don't take, I mean, if I take, I will be in a better position. But if they didn't take but push, well, I guess I can take it with my black square bishop. Okay. Now take or not take. So if they push, I can resolve it. If they take, I can resolve it. So both of the situation, I won't be a bad place. Issue would be if they push the pawn here and then push the pawn here. So let's say their next move is this. What can I do? I feel like maybe I can get my knight there, just control more space. And then let's say they push it here. Maybe I can drop my bishop. That feels doable. Because if they push the pawn here, that they won't be able to control that space easily. Yeah, in that case, I'll get my knight out first. Look at all the pieces. What should I do next? I mean, this bishop is hanging. If I could attack the bishop. Knight is protect. Rook is currently protected by the bishop. Queen and the rook are protecting each other. Bishop is protecting the rook and the knight here. And bishop is protected by the king. So yeah, this bishop is hanging. Can I do something about it? I mean, knight could go there, but this position is controlled by the pawn. I wonder, should I bring my queen out this way? So this base would have 3 protector. And then next step, I can bring my knight into the game. If they take, I can take with bishop. And if they take the bishop, I can take it with the queen. And then I can attack the rock there. But then I guess they can develop the knight, let the queen protect there. When did they push this pawn? They push the pawn up there. I don't quite understand. Is that what they intended? Push so that after this pawn push, they would have a support here. To attack my bishop. I feel like if that is the case, I could just drop my dark square bishop completely back. And that would be fine. Yeah, I'll bring my queen to the game, like the 2 rock connected, and then start to attack from that square. Interesting. They move the knight. First, they could be attacking my piece. Second, they could unleash their dark square bishop, which I can't exactly see. So with this base, 2 pieces attacked, their pawn and their bishop, and I have 2 pawn protect. I can just use that. And if they take the pawn here, I can take with the bishop. If they take the pawn here, I can take with the queen. If knight take my dark square bishop, I'm happy to take with the pawn. So yes, I think that is fine. One thing that I'm thinking is I could move the bishop up here now. So if when they move the knight, let's say they do this or do this, I'll resolve it here. And if they take my bishop here, then I'll take it with a queen. If they don't resolve it, then I can take them. Okay. Oh. Well, I guess with that move, I can't. This is a good move. Well, at least now I can see. I if I take the pawn here, if I take the pawn here, they can take back. I can't take it with a queen because they can take my queen. If I let them take me, I take it here, they can move the knight, and then my queen will be under attack. If I take the knight here, they take with the bishop. Still slightly awkward. I wonder if this is a like inaccurate move or blunder. Yeah, they would have to take me because that comes with a check. So now what would be my next move? Um, hmm. This is hang, but I can't do anything about it. That's annoying. This pawn is hang. Can I do something about it? I wonder. But the thing is that they could just push it. I could push this pawn, attack it here, and then because that would be protected. But it had nowhere to go. Or I can push the pawn here, but then they can take, come in with a attack. I guess I can use my knight to take. And then if they take it here, I can take with the queen. And then bishop will be protected by my queen. I feel like that's probably doable. If they trace back their bishop, I guess I can use my queen to attack it first. I mean, they could push the pawn to block. They didn't, they decided to take. That's really good move. Oh my god, what can I do? And now if they take me here, I can't take back with a queen because of that. And if I move my knight, I can move my knight back so that this knight would have protector. And then I could probably take the pawn here. Depends on if they take or not. I'll either respond with a knight or take the pawn there. And then I'll probably bring the rook into the game. Okay, they bring the knight into the game. I guess I can. So I feel like they might aim for this move, just adding more pressure, but I'm happy to take it with a pawn. I guess they could take back with a pawn. But now both are hanging. Now they're doing that. Are they gonna do this? No, they're not, because my knight is controlling there. Just realized I should probably let that rock come to the center. Interesting move. They are all controlled. Yeah, so now it seems like everything is protected. Can I deliver a check? Probably no. Where should my queen go? I guess maybe here. They would have to move the rock and then move the knight to check me, but then going there would control a few space around the king. Could also let the queen stay here, just pin the dark square bishop to the king. And the way they could attack me, or I could also go there, but I guess it's still easy for rook to check me. So which of this three square I should go? Yeah, I'll probably just drop back, because I quite like pinning the dark square bishop to the king, and they have more pieces on board, but they have one less piece to work with. Okay, king move. I mean, knight there would attack the king. Pawn take. Queen take. They could easily move the bishop to attack me. I can't take the rock because pawn protecting. Well, I'll include the rock into the game. So what else can I do? I quite like this pawn there, because that control where the knight could go. I guess my knight is also controlling where the knight could go. I feel like here would be a really good space. Check the king, attack the rock. Are they intended for this? If they take my knight, take it with a pawn. Well, I guess they can't easily take with the queen. It's only a shame that nothing is controlling that space. Well, I guess I can use my knight. But then in that case, rock would directly take there. Oh my god. Maybe I shouldn't have moved the rock. I can try to stack it. Yeah, I'm hoping to do this move. But the now Boris is watching. I wonder if they're gonna do this move. Yeah, because nowhere else I can see that's worth. Also, this rock is hanging. Can I do something about it? But also, once the queen move, I can take the pawn there. Because otherwise, why would they move? Like, or, you know, another thing they might be thinking is rock move there. I guess I could involve my knight first, controlling that space. If they take, I'm happily take with a rock. If my knight can go there, that would be a nice fork, but it's currently controlled by the pawn. And after my knight move, my knight is hanging, but I can go there, give king a check. Interesting. Pawn push. Um, I can do this because there are too much things controlling that space. Knight can't come in to save. Pawn could push. I'll just take, and that could be a nice fork of the king and the rook. Rook could come in to save. And in that case, I can take with my knight. Okay. My opponent played too well. And I don't like it. I can still do this, but then they can just move the rook, which is pointless. I can do this, but there are two pieces controlling there. This rook is hanging. What can I do to do something about it? Yeah, because if the knight go there, rook take, I'm just blunder a piece. Maybe take. That will fork. And then they would take back, and I can take it with a rock. So rock is more active. They could move the rock, give me a discover. Oh no, knight is controlling it. For God's sake. No. This game is so difficult. So difficult. I don't know if it's me playing too bad or if it's or is that my opponent play very solid. I'm just struggle. Very struggle. Huh. Man, the place that I can go are controlled. This not controlled. I can go there. But that's just back to square one, I think. I want to take it here, but their rock is controlled. I don't have other space protecting there. If I take the knight here, they can just take with the pawn. And I don't have like I mean queen go there, attack it, they could just move it here, protect the pawn here. Maybe I'll just go back to here, controlling these diagonals. This is so struggle. I wonder, should I push this pawn up now? Attack the knight. Well, if they take, I can't do anything about it though. Two things. This and the rock. I no, not easily move anything to protected. They're taking my rock. Though after they move the queen, knight could go to that space, give king a check, and then knight would take. Oh, they still have two things controlling that square. I can push the bishop up, but nothing is protecting that square. So yeah, I'll protect the rock and then let them take this. Bishop hang. They try to attack my rock. I can't attack the knight because there is no immediate thing that they can do. I mean, yeah, knight can go there. Okay. Now I feel like I can win it. They would have to take back. And then I can take it here, but then they can take my rock, or they can take my rock. But if they don't do that, I can do this. They drop it here, I would have to move my king, and then they can include the bishop here, check, and then maybe win my bishop, maybe win my rock. Are they gonna do this move? Well, if they do, I might just push it up. And then they would have take my rock. I could attack the king. This is not great. Yep. They can take it here. Mm, they're gonna include the rock into the game. Or include the knight into the game. They could drop it and then I'll come back. And then I'm thinking about pushing the pawn here and try to promote it. Okay. Feel like now it's time to queen come down. Okay, they start to invoke the knight. This will protect my pawn. And I can't move it up because where knight could go. So that would be controlled by the knight in the next move if they go there. And these will be controlled in the next move if they go there. I mean, yeah, I think here is good. Ah. Okay, now I get to resign. How do you think of this game? Do you think if my opponent play very solid or if I played too bad? I'll move 26. I'll move 26. Black was hanging the knight. Sorry, I don't understand. Yes, black is hanging the knight. They have one protector. Queen can't take. Because of queen take, you can take the knight on b2. Oh yes, I can. Oh. How did I not see them? In move 13. Instead of e4, you had c6. Instead of e4, you had c4. You had c4. Yeah, I remember I was thinking about what to do. Oh, so difficult. I wonder how does the engine think about this game. It's not that I really like Linda system. I honestly quite hate Linda system. It's so there are so many openings out there, and I thought I would play. I would learn different openings and keep playing it until I have a feeling of what is the idea behind it, and then um try to feel like I'm comfortable with it before I move on to the next one. I keep playing Linden System is because it is one of the most solid and well, people say beginner friendly, but I don't feel that way at the moment. System that also is recommended by one person online, and that's how I'm first doing it. And I think I've been playing Linda System as white for a few weeks now. It's just because it's solid, but it has so much moving pieces, and I just couldn't calculate and watch every moves, and then things end up hanging, and then I just couldn't do anything about it, and it's just like frustrating to me. But I don't want to just being like, oh, this is difficult, so let me give up. I want to actually working on it a bit and then see if what I can do to improve it. And yeah, I don't know. I'm still playing it. I feel like I'm doing better than probably 2 weeks ago, but I'm still struggling. I still haven't decided when to give up on it. Um, I don't exactly know how to pronounce your name. Hikaru? I heard of it. I saw a few memes of it. And I also have a friend told me that his explanation is quite helpful. Like it's only happened last Friday or the Friday before. Um, but no, I haven't actually watched any of his actual chess video. Okay, okay, I'll put on the list. I saw a few videos from Chess Bra. What is his name? There is a streamer that I really like. I've watched a few videos from him. But yeah, I'll definitely watch some of this person. Ghostman Chess. No, no, it's um let me see if I can find. Yeah, I think it's Ammon. Um he have a series. I can't remember. Um I've also watched some videos of him. Not many. Ah yeah. Building chess habits. I've watched a few videos from this series and I quite enjoying it. It's quite entertaining. Um oh maybe I should thinking about giving up on Linux system. Um but also maybe on this Wednesday when I'm not doing streaming, I will watch a few videos of um Hikaru, the person that you mentioned, and then do that. Oh, this game. Let me see what engine think. Okay, apparently there is a place that they blunder. Okay, that is a blunder to win their knight. Apparently I shouldn't do that. Wait, what? What? Could have do that? Damn it. It's not that easy to for me to get into this diagonal. Otherwise it'll be nice. Uh this how can I not see it? Yeah, so this is the one that you said that their knight is hanging that I didn't see. There is another move. Apparently I shouldn't do that. So what should I do? Okay, this is the best. They would have to move that way. I wonder should I do this move? No, I shouldn't. Well, the thing is that if my queen keep checking, I will just keep back and forth checking. Rook e7. Queen h6, queen g6. You reckon I should force like a force a what does it called? Uh not stalemate, but like a equal sort of position. I mean, yeah. I guess that is what I can do at this point with they are so much ahead of me. My rook was at e8. You were talking about one of the ways that I did with this move. Yeah. Rook e7. So I imagine that's after all this move. I do rook e7, like here. So when you had the rook step on, then it's hard to defend g7. I mean, after that move, king would have to drop. And then, ah, that would be pinned to the king. So they can't do that. And then, wow, that's insane. That's insane. Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, I can see that position would definitely benefits me. Oh, how can I not see that move? Yeah, because that's also mm, it's so annoying. this is an inaccuracy as well. Apparently I should do this. I mean, it's fair though. Attack the knight, which is hanging. Okay, I'm gonna have a new game. Thank you for your words. I'm playing as white again. No, actually, I'm playing as black. Scandinavian defense depends on what they're gonna do. If they push, that will transit into a French defense. If they take, I'll continue take with my queen. Interesting. With this, I mean, why not take it? Okay. Well, with this move, I'm happy to take with my king, or you know, if I move my queen, that would attack the knight and also protect that square. So yes. This is interesting. I wonder, will they develop the knight? I reckon, after resolve the knight here, I will get the bishop. I will get the bishop out, protecting this pawn, and then push this pawn up, unleash it here, and then knight move, castling, knight move, bring the rook to the center. That would be my idea of what's happening. Okay, after that move, knight is protected by the rock, by the bishop. If they take it here, I mean, if they take it here, I can take with my queen. Though if they push it, then that will be awkward. If I take it, then they can use it to develop their bishop. Yeah, do I want to? If they push it, then it will be awkward position for me, because they could be more extended. But I guess that is not that bad. Yeah, no. If I do that, they take it, then I'll be involved. Well, I guess I can take it there, and then after they take, I can take the pawn there, and then their knight could take. So, no, that is not great. I'll do this. Probably push the pawn to kick the knight out first. Okay, I guess their internet is not as great as well. I wonder what will they take it with. I mean, if they take it with the queen, I'll just trade. If they take it with the bishop here, they will be control that square. I might bring in that case, I might bring the bishop into the game. And if they take it with a pawn, that would be most ideal situation for me. Because then I can move my queen, give them a check. What's happened to my opponent? I wonder with it here, if I push, oh, they abandoned the game. Fine. I'll have another game. Yeah. But how do you think about here? Do you think after they bring the knight out, I should take, or I should just keep develop? Maybe bring the knight out, but they can directly push. Bring this knight out, they can take me here. Nice. That's confirming. Well, in that case, I might just do that. Yes. Yes. Oh, nice. I'm black again. Okay, I'll still try to play Scandinavian. Now this is a whole opening line finish. And with the normal move, bishop out, pawn push, get the other bishop out. Though this bishop is unleashed, knight could go there, and then go there. Well, I guess when they go there, my queen could take, so that is not as worrying. I will do that then. I just realized, oh no, I'm not realizing, because this is controlling different diagonal. There's no cross between them. This is not exactly what I thought they would do. But oh, maybe I should use a knight. But I guess in this case, my queen could completely trace back. It's not as bad. I feel like I could push the pawn up, just to chase it, and then maybe even push those out there. And then attack the knight. But I guess in that case, knight could just go there, and then yeah. Well, I guess I'll leave it here. There anything else I have to worry about? I think not a lot I can see. With my bishop now, I have to be more aware that it could be hanging. Rock move. They could easily include a piece to attack here. So I'm gonna castle. Try to castling fast. Okay, knight attack my bishop. If I take back, pawn would be pinned to the king, but if I'm castling now, that would just be a trade. I think I'm fine with the trade. Bishop is hanging. I do have to be aware of that. Pawn push. Not quite sure what they're up to. But I'm also attacking there. Maybe develop my knight. Ah, I see. They try to take it there. But if they do, I can just take the rock. And then, I mean, they can do that. And then I can use my knight to take. So that should be fine. Maybe I can get escape square first. Or I can get my knight out and then do that. Yeah, I like that move. Knight back. Rook out. Knight pin to the rock. No. I mean, are they gonna do this? Are they gonna do that? What exactly are they gonna do? Are they aiming for this? I don't know, but I feel like this could be good. King would have to move anyway. And then maybe I can bring my bishop to here. But, oh, and then where knight could go, I can just trade with the knight. Bishop come back. Control all the space. Knight could go towards the center. I mean, knight could go there, give them another check. Ooh! Sorry. Knight could go there, fork, but also two pawn. That's a bit annoying. Okay. They use a pawn to attack me. If I take queen move, I guess if the knight go there, it's not as bad. I guess I can just trace back to there, or even back to here. So that would be safer. With this pawn push, they attacking me. Now the rock is the rock is protected by the queen now. So if they do that, I mean, I can take it. So it's still not as bad. But I have to be aware of the rock here. If they do that, I mean, I can take it with the queen. So that is still sort of fine, in my opinion. Or if I take it there, then if I take it there, knight take, open up for the rock. So no, I'll actually just control the open file here. See what they're gonna do. Oh, one thing that I can do is that I can even push the pawn to close. They decided to review the attack on me, and in that case, if I take that back, then my bishop will be hanging. So I guess queen drop. thinking about doing this, and after they take, Mike could take it as a queen, or oh, I can take this pawn and then come in with a check. And then what? That would be a nice fork. But I do have to be aware of the back rank checkmate. So maybe knight is hanging though. Is there anything I can do about it? Pawn is also hanging. I mean, I can try to take the pawn and then drop it to attack the knight. Or what else can I do? This doesn't do anything. Protected, yeah. Or they are aiming for that move. They could even jump the knight there to control the space. But if I push it up, those are still controlled by by their knight. So actually include the rook into the game for this. If I can get my queen into the game, that would be a back rank checkmate. And they saw it. Very annoying. Very annoying. I guess I can poke the knight first. Oh, actually, after their move, their bishop is hanging. Yeah, after that move, bishop was hanging. They resigned. Move 15. I'll move 15. You had a crazy move, queen b6. I had a crazy move, queen b6. Like here. The pawn on the what did I do? I moved the bishop. Okay, let's say I do this. Oh, if they take me, that would be a checkmate. I think. Um, damn. But if they don't, is there any way that they can keep my queen? Or kick my knight? I mean, I guess they can do this. And I guess I can do this. Oh, no, I can't because of the bishop. But yeah, sure, that's so crazy. How do you came up with that? This is this is so crazy. Um, on move 12, knight g4. On move 12, knight g4 has no threat because there is no true follow-up. White play knight e2. Which was a blunder. Yes, definitely a blunder. But they had h3 to kick your knight. But they had h3 to kick your knight. True. On move 23, you can ignore their threat and just take on d4 with a queen. Why can't I ignore their threats? Oh, I'm one step away from check. And then I can drop to checkmate. So I guess I'm 2 steps away from checkmate if they don't do anything about it. So if they do it here, I'll move. And then what they can do, I guess they can't do much thing else. With my king here, I mean, they can invoke their knight. I can take the knight. And then even if they take with the queen, I have time to do this. Yes, very good point. That's good suggestion. Yeah, that's a really good suggestion. Cool. Should I have another game? Yeah, I'm just gonna jump in another game. One last game today. Okay, I'm white. I don't want to be white. maybe I should. Thinking about playing something else. Okay. I remember playing as black. When they challenge me here, there are two things could be taken after they take my bishop here. Taking with the pawn is more powerful taking with the queen. So maybe I can try to do that. Okay, with the bishop here, yeah, definitely don't want to do that because that would just be a trade, equal trade. So I guess no, but that, okay. Let me trade the bishop first. This will have less support, but there will be more things controlling the center. Now they include this controlling home push, control the square. Next move, I reckon I'll just develop the knight and then castling. Okay, they bring the knight into the game, control the center. I wonder does it worse, because after that move, if the knights take here, I can take it with a pawn, attacking this knight. Where the knight could go, what, that are all controlled. Queen control that two space. That control those space. And now they're attacking my bishop. I mean, with that move, knight there, if knight take it with a pawn, and then if they take, I can take, I'll be winning. And I'll still have two pawns in the center. And yeah, that seems fair. Interesting. Okay. Bring the other pawn into the game. With this move, it would be slightly more awkward. That I would have to drop back. But okay, that move. I can castling as well. I can bring the knight into the game. And then that, so I'll castle first. And then it will be knight move and then rock move. Or maybe there. Okay. Knight back. I wonder if they want to go there and then controlling there. But if that is the case, knight move would definitely be a good move, no matter what. They try to chip away my place. If I take, they take, and then they could push. If I don't take, if they take me, I mean, that's sort of fine. If they push to close the position, that's also fine, I guess. Yeah, I think it will be fine. So in that case, maybe I should bring the queen into the game. Or maybe bring the rock into the game. Control the open file. Okay, now gonna include the knight into the game. And then 4 moves. With my knight move there, they take, I have to take back. If they take my knight, I'll take back with my rock, so that's fine. But if I get my queen there, what if they directly push it there? I guess I can drop. But then my knight will be awkward. So yeah, I'll drop the knight first. And if they take, I guess I can still use the bishop to take. And then I can move my knight there or there. And if they don't take me, I'm not gonna take them. I'm just gonna keep developing. Pawn push. That closer position, I don't quite get. What are they? aim for? Because if they want to use it to attack my bishop, then this should this pawn should only go there. And after that move, it just very limit where knight could go. So I guess I'll still doing whatever. Ah, my queen can't go there easily. I see. Queen move or bishop move? I guess queen move, because if I move my bishop, then they could do the pawn push and attack my knight. I wonder, are they just gonna push it there? I feel like there's one move I can do without the queen move. Knight there. If they push it up, knight go there, attack the king. I guess they can use that knight to take. I can use the pawn to take. And then they can get the rook into the game. Okay. Attack my bishop. I can still go there to protect my bishop. But then that will be controlled by the queen as well. That's also open up where queen could go. And if their queen went there, then that would be more awkward. So let's say that if I go there, oh, actually, bishop go there, protected by my queen, attack the queen. Queen would have to move. And then maybe I can do some with my queen. But also there's no follow-up move within the concept. Knight go there, control that 2 space, and then think about a way to bring the queen to there would be nice. They attacking here as well. If that is the case, maybe bring the rook to protecting there. I mean, they can push it here. I guess I could just bring my knight up. And then how to take this pawn? Bring my knight up there. And then, oh, I guess I can push the bishop there. If they take, I take with the queen. If they don't take, I'll just take. This is blocking. If they just keep it there, I guess I can push this pawn up to challenge. After this move, I can't take it back. But then I guess I can keep pushing this up because now they are currently blocking, so they can't use this diagonal to do anything for me. But if I do this, could they go there and attack my bishop? I'm actually thinking about something. Queen here, check. They can drop the queen, they can drop the knight, they can drop the bishop. And I can't take it there. If they drop the knight, there is nothing I can take there. Can't take the pawn there. Can't take the pawn there. Can't do anything about it. Oh my god. It's quite annoying. But then with my knight there, well, I guess they can just take the bishop. Or they king have to move, I guess. Not knight drop here would be the best. Otherwise I can take this knight. It's hanging. Can go knight here. Give king a check. And king would have to do something. So they take or king move. If the king move, I guess I can take the knight here. If they take it here, then I can bring my bishop into a more safe space. Oh, oh, that's blocked. Just realize I can do that to attack the knight. But after I take bishop drop and then queen take, but still king can take. Okay. They bring the knight. I guess it's two knights protecting each other. That's move. This is the only two space. Keep the king safe. Queen now can't go, because if the queen leave that square, I will take it. Knight is protecting it. Okay. Well, I wonder, but they can take it here. This is annoying. Yeah, so there's not much thing to be worried about. Pawn push here could attack the king. They could on pawn phone. I can use the pawn to take and then keep pushing. So that could probably be a solution. And there is no immediate move. Queen could check me. And as long as they don't watch this square anymore, get my queen to that. And then that would be checkmate. It's only a shame that knight is protecting that square. I wonder, does it worth it if queen goes here? Nothing is protecting that. And then queen control, knight control, knight control, knight control, king control. I need to get my queen to the spot. If I can remove, I probably can't. Just realize. But what if they do that? I guess I can do that. You're controlling that square. I'm doing this. queen can't immediately take here because there is no follow-up move. I can just take it with the king. There's no other moves they can take. Only thing I can see they might be aiming for is here. Queen go there, like c7. Nothing is protecting that square. And after that move, queen go to g7 will be checkmate. I mean, yes, they can use the knight to block, but I can directly take. They can use this knight to block. I can also take. There is no immediate threat here, and I believe this will be checkmate. They resign 1 second before I checkmate. Queen c7. This move. Yeah, I was looking at that for a long time. They really shouldn't move their queen because that would be because the queen is controlling that square. Cool. It's nice today that I managed to bring my ELO up a little. I think I managed to brought it up a little. And c8 was actually defending b2. Yes, that is so interesting, eh? Like, even though that is not immediately protecting that square, but they can't move the queen, because if they do, then they didn't support a square that it's very nice for me to go. Cool. Well, thank you for supporting, and I hope you have a good evening. Yes, sometimes chess is just bolt, like waiting long enough for my opponent to make a mistake. Yeah, I will see you tomorrow, and